Bruh. Yo, what's going on? So, I know I'm late. I'm going on my way right now to go see Aquaman. Alright, so I got done seeing Aquaman. A little late for this review, but better late than never. All I can say is this. There were parts that were good. Real good. I thought they were decently done.
But nigga, there was a lot of it that was whack.
Where do I even begin? So I'm going to break it down into 3 portions. The good, the bad, and the corny. The good. So as far as the good that I can name, that I can remember from, I'm probably going to have to see it again. To be quite honest, there's not too much good that I got going on for this movie. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a DCEU movie. And that's not to hate per se, but there is this level of expectancy that you have when you see these movies, especially superhero-based ones, especially off of some like very iconic heroes that you kind of grew up with. So you kind of you expect certain things. They did the movie well enough to where it wasn't crap, like Justice League or Batman vs. Superman or Green Lantern. I think the visuals were good. The CGI was actually pretty okay. It didn't look so bad to where it was like, oh yeah, that's definitely CGI. I mean, of course it definitely was CGI, but it flowed well enough to where you didn't pay it too much mind. And maybe that's just me. There was some areas where it didn't seem like it. Like it didn't bother me all that much. Like you could tell there were areas where they were like clearly getting pulled on strings because, you know, floating in water and everything. They're not really floating on anything. But it was pretty okay. It was well enough done. I loved how they put Atlantis together. I love how they incorporate like the real life scenes of the ocean and the sea and everything into turning it into like the CGI world that is Atlantis. The thing that Ocean Master was, or what's his name? Orm. Duh, how could I forget that? The thing that he was riding, the little crocodile platypus looking thing. I've seen that in like dinosaur books before, and I love that that's something that he was riding. It was a very powerful looking creature for the prince/king to be or whatever. I thought it was cool. The seahorses with the legs and everything that were super huge and gigantic. I liked the technology that they had. The little hydro jet cannon energy weapons. Those were cool. Some of them have been down there for so long that they actually morphed into other creatures. That was also pretty cool. I like how the soldiers... Let's talk about the soldiers real quick. The Soldiers of Atlantis are pretty funny to me. I was thinking while this was happening, like, you know, when Aquaman and Mira first faced off against them when they were fighting and everything, they started fighting off against the ones in the white armor and stuff like that. And he like handled them like they were light work. And then in steps the soldiers that are in like the red burgundy looking armor and stuff like that. They got like these weird swords and stuff like that. And they go and work on him. And they're a little bit tougher to take down. And then it got to that last guy and he knocked him smooth out. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, this is like a video game, bro. Like you start off on like level 1, you get these niggas that's like light work. It's easy to take them out like, oh, okay, no problem. I got them. This is level 1. But then you get to that one that's a little couple levels a little bit higher up and you're like, oh, we blocking out here? And that's what they reminded me of. And I like that. I like that there were stronger soldiers in the midst that could still handle him and make him light work themselves. And they did. There's a lot to be had here. Now we're going to talk about the bads.
Oh my god, where do I even begin? So, with the bads, I gotta tell you, it's a lot for me to complain about personally. And I'm going to. I definitely am going to. I'm going to unleash hell on this one. So, Nicole Kidman as the queen coming in hot, attacking TVs and things, and it was just so over the top that I couldn't deal with it. I just kept looking at it. It's one of those things where it's not even just her. It's not even just her, to her credit. I like Nicole Kidman. She's a good actress. Kind of. But the acting overall in the whole movie with everybody was kind of cheesy. It was really cheesy. It was really played out. And I couldn't get over it. I tried to get over it a lot of times in the theaters, but often I just found myself going, yo, that was whack. And that's pretty much how I felt about most of the acting most of the time. I mean, it wasn't really too much positive I could say about the acting. It was never a time in the acting where I was like, that's believable. Black Manta. I understood the guy's anger, you know, father dying and everything, and Aquaman leaving him there to perish and everything. Yeah, they did bad, and he did this, like, cold-hearted thing, just letting his dad just die and drown and blah, 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 blah. But the level of anger that he displayed in his acting was just not good to me. It was over the line. It was over the top. I felt like he was trying to channel that Killmonger energy, and it was too much. You know what I mean? Like, his mannerisms, the way he was standing, it was too much for me. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. I tried to give it a shot. I tried to give it a chance, and I just could not. The dynamics, like I was saying earlier, between Mera and Aquaman, I didn't like that. I felt like that, even though they didn't really like each other, oh, clearly he liked her. Clearly he was digging her, and she was that typical protagonist girlfriend role or whatever, where she just has these feelings, but she's betrothed, and she's not supposed to like him the way she likes him, but she likes him, and all the other stupid stuff. Yo, look. Like, we know they're supposed to end up with each other. Yeah, she's strong-willed. She's supposed to be the queen-to-be, and all of that stuff. Yeah, that. But that does not excuse that to me. That does not excuse the overly relationship bond that they try to force upon us. Like, I don't like that. That kills it for me. Like, it doesn't feel natural. Stop doing that stuff in movies. Just let it happen, or don't let it be a thing at all. Like, why does it always gotta be like a love thing in every single superhero movie? It's always gotta be about a chick, saving a chick, rescuing a chick, avenging a chick, getting to know a chick, trying to marry a chick, chasing after a chick. Why does it always gotta be that? Why can't it just be this nigga trying to save the world and not have to do it alone? Why does it have to be some love anything involved in it? How come that can't come later? Maybe we could have saved that for the sequel. There's going to be another Aquaman. I'm positive. There's no way in the world that there's not going to be another Aquaman. Why do we got to do the whole love thing now? It doesn't make any sense. But now he's king, so now, what are we doing here? What is this? What's the plan? You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just tripping. If I'm tripping, whatever, but I really don't feel like I am. I think that's just over the top, and it's, like, really stupid at this point. It's super cliche. Everybody's doing it. This is not one of those things where everybody should be doing this. I don't like when they do that in any movie. I'm sorry about that.
And now it's time for the corny.
The corny is pretty self-explanatory. It was corny. Like I said before, there was a lot of moments where I was just kind of like, whack, boo. Oh, yeah. The main things to note as far as this corniness is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, as far as what I remember anyway, was mostly just the typical things. The corniness, like the love triangle that was going on between Orm, between Arthur, between Mera. Corny. Gosh, so corny. The dad getting killed. I mean, that's not really corny. That's just stupid. Queen Atlanta's arrival and everything, and, like, you know, the dynamics of the relationship between her and the father and everything. What was his name? Tom Curry, I think. And I find this chick washed up on the shore, and I bring her in. She wakes up. She starts attacking my TV with this giant freaking spear and trying to attack me. And my first reaction is going to be like, oh, I made Coco. Clink, put it down on the table. No! You destroyed my television. How dare you? I'm throwing you out back into the cold. What is wrong with you? Who does that? I'm not gonna sit here and think that this is some alien creature. You think this is just some actual female who washed up on shore, and then she's carrying this big old spear. Why did you even bring that into the house and leave it where she can grab it again should she take consciousness? If somebody's carrying a gigantic... If you pick somebody up off the shore and they had a gun in their hand, when you bring them in to take care of them, you're not gonna leave that gun right next to them. So when they wake up, they can blast you. Like, what are you talking about right now? You gonna take that gun, you gonna put it somewhere. Or you gonna leave it out there. What do you mean? Who does that? Shut up! I'm getting too hyped for this. I'm getting way too hyped for this. I need to calm down. Zen. And I completely forgot about the most things that kept pissing me off amongst all the other things. Like the way they were acting with, like, certain serious scenes. Like, you know, you're the chosen one, and no one can do this but you. You're better than what they say they are. You're better than who you think you are. You're more than what you think you are, kind of scenes. And then they did, like, this stupid not panorama, but they did this like stupid zoom in thing with the look. You know what look I'm talking about. That kind of look with the dramatic music in the background and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, it just gets me every single time, and it's just like, man, this is corny. Just once again, having you screaming, boo! And I don't feel bad about saying it. But all in all I can say is I enjoyed the movie. I mean, at the end of it all, I still enjoyed it. But would I see it again? I would. I definitely would. But I would see it at matinee price like I saw it the first time. I can't imagine myself paying over $10 to go see this movie again, much less take somebody with me to go see it. Y'all tripping out here. It wasn't that good.
On a scale, though, I'm still going to put it up there. Wonder Woman still, to me, is on top of that list. And then below it will be Aquaman, and below it will be Man of Steel, and below that, I mean, really, who cares? All the rest of them are trash anyway, so it doesn't even make a difference. I mean, it's DCEU. Come on, they don't really do a good job until it's like animated movie style. Then they're awesome. They're great at that. Anyway, stick with that if nothing else. But that live action stuff, y'all got work to do, bro.